How's it going today? Yay, I just had to click a button. So today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and I hope it will be one of your favorite subjects too. And that is building your email list using your freebie and Facebook ads. So whether it's Facebook ads or any ad, here's how I think about ads. And then we're going to talk about it more clearly. When we think about ads, I want you to think about it like your ads are a team member. Your ads are your secret weapon. Your ads are your salesperson behind the scenes working when you're working. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to give you some secret tips on how to do different conversions. I'm going to give you some metrics. I'm going to talk about how simple it is, what they've changed to make Facebook ads so easy, and how also not to lose your shirt. We're going to talk about what words not to use so you don't get banned, what freebies, why you need an email list, and a couple other really good things. So if you're new to me, how are you? I'm Mary Bicknell. I work with women who own businesses and are the face of their business. So they're a service provider, they're a consultant, they're a therapist, they are a realtor. They're someone who is marketing themselves, right? And that can be one of the hardest things. So you're marketing yourself. You're out there pitching yourself, and that can feel really hard. And this is exactly why Facebook ads can be part of your secret weapon, be part of your team. And then when you build a freebie, and so here's other names for freebie. I'll just talk about it freebie today, but opt-in, lead magnet. It's what I want you to think about it is it's a little nugget of your brilliance. It's a win for your potential clients. So let's talk about the benefits of ads. First of all, let's talk about some of the problems. So by the end of it, you'll be able to make a concrete, clear decision on how it would benefit you in your business, right? So we're talking about Facebook ads specifically, but this really could go with all ads. But we're talking Facebook ads. Why? Because like everybody in the world is on Facebook. Now, while it's true that you can network in person, you can go on LinkedIn. By the way, I have a training coming up all about LinkedIn. So DM me if you're interested in that. That's going to be next month. And it's not recorded. It's a paid workshop so that you're actually going to build out your LinkedIn profile. Okay. But I want you to think about advertising is you being able to get in front of other people. Look, back in the day, people would get stuff in their regular mailbox. Do you even look at that stuff today? No, you're on social. The average person is on social media 5 to 8 hours throughout their day. Now, that's crazy. If you were my client, I tell you to get the hell off of it. But most people are on it. Maybe they're in and out of it. But here's the biggest thing. Your Facebook ad gives people a little piece of your brilliance, and it's delivered to them in their inbox. Here's the thing that no matter what you take away today is you must be building your email list. Why? So your freebie, your value packed, something for them to know, like, and trust you, get to know you, is delivered right in their inbox. Did you realize that most people are checking their email every 9 minutes? Every 9 minutes. Let me say that again. Every 9 minutes. By the way, for those of you who have seen me before, I can hear the train. We never know when the hell that train is going to come. So there's going to be a pause in a couple minutes when that train just rushes by my window. Okay, side note. So why do you need to build your email list? Why do you need to run ads? So number one, ads allow you to get in front of people there's no way you would ever be able to get in front of. So when I teach my clients the relationship marketing method, and we use that in LinkedIn and we use that on Facebook, we use that is organic marketing. We are making connections. But let's be truthful. How long, or you can start hearing it, how long does it take you to be online all day? Let me eat that first. Okay, boom. I can see you. Thank you. Let me pull this up. Yay. Where was I? Email. Okay. Facebook ads get in front of people all across the globe. Now, if you're watching and you really want to build your local business, oh my God. Maybe you're a chiropractor. Maybe you're an attorney. Maybe you're a therapist. Maybe you have a yoga studio, whatever it is, whatever service you're providing. You can get so much traction with local Facebook ads. So I'm such like a proponent of Facebook ads. Here's my conversion. I just want you to know. So in the last couple of years, I've done over 7 figures and I've invested only, ready? $36,000. So some of you will be like, oh my God, $36,000 for 7-figure revenue. Take that in for a second. Now, is the truth yeah, it took me some testing. You have to test. That's the secret thing. If you're not testing, you're just throwing money down the toilet. But your ads, I look at my ads like they are an employee. They are a team member. So here's what I want to offer to you. I'm going to plant the seed right now because I really want you to be committed to thinking about doing Facebook ads. And then I'm going to tell you about an offer that I have that I've never run before, never offered before to get you started. I want you to think about it. If you hired somebody on your team, like a virtual assistant or, a personal assistant or your secretary, or whatever you want to call that person. Okay, let's just use that person. There's going to be a ramp up time, right? So when I work with clients and I help them figure out who do they need to hire and what do they need to do. So we give them the right tools, we give them the right training, and we give them targets. Guess what? It's kind of like that in Facebook ads land. So you know that Sally Jane, when you hire Sally Jane, it's going to take her a little while, no matter how skilled she is. For your individual business, it's going to take her a little while to get to know your standard operating procedures, to get to know you, to get to know the vibe, to get to know your clients. So you might be investing a month of training to get her off and running. I want you to think about your Facebook ads are the same thing. There's so many times that I've talked to people and what they say is, oh my God, Facebook ads, and I've lost my shirt. And I'm like, well, how long have you run them? How much testing did you do? And they're like, well, I didn't do any of that. And so when you go into running any ad, YouTube ad, LinkedIn ads, I'm talking about Facebook ads today, but really anything like that, you need to test it. And frankly, anything that you're doing, you need to test it. Most people I talk to, they don't know their numbers as well as they need to. They don't test stuff. They just throw spaghetti. It didn't work and they're going to give up. Don't give up. Just like when I teach people how to do a live speaking event and they do it once and like not everybody in the room's bought. Don't give up. The key to those of us who have had wild success and are working less with our best clients, making a ton of money and impact in the world, is we haven't given up and we're willing to test and evaluate. So back to hiring an employee, training, tools, and targets. It's the same thing with your Facebook ads. Training, you can look at like, what's the sales copy? Targets, here's the magic. In a Facebook world, Facebook knows everything about us. Like, let's not be in denial any longer. Or maybe some of you are not in denial. They know everything about us. So their algorithm, and people are like, I'm playing the algorithm. No, you're not. Nobody's playing the algorithm. Nobody. So when you design an ad and they've come up with their creative copy now, so much easier today than it used to be years ago. You can put an ad up and Facebook knows by just the first couple clicks and will then just start drawing people to you. You can target. So let's say, for example, and I'll just use something random. I love to use a random thing to get you all out of your heads when you're thinking about your businesses. So let's just say that you own a ragdoll cat and you're looking for a pet sitter. And you're the pet sitter. That's your job. That's your business. I could target ragdoll cats in my local area and I'll put an ad right in front of that person. Hey, are you going on vacation anytime soon? Do you need a pet sitter? Boom. Now, some of you who are in my world right now, if you're here from my email list, I have directly targeted you based on your education. based on where you live in the world, based on your age, based on your gender. So I'm able to get right in front of you, just like you are with your clients. That is the power. I could sit for all day, 12 hours a day, just DMing people and reaching out to people. And there is some of that, right? But just like an hour, just like a half hour and an hour, if you're doing more than a half hour, an hour of social media or organic outreach, I want to offer to you that your time, the better ROI on your time would be to run ads or to get on a stage with hundreds of people. Okay. Running ads. So here are some of the things that you can run an ad to. That's your freebie. So for example, some of you are here because you still have seen me I've done the social media 5-day challenge. I just told you I'm coming up with, next month, I have a LinkedIn training. Why LinkedIn and why Facebook? What's the difference? Facebook ads, great. LinkedIn, people on LinkedIn, you can, I'm a fast talker, fast walker, and you can talk more directly to people. People are going there looking for and being in a vibe of wanting self-improvement, business improvement, etc. Facebook, right? Where we have to do it a little bit differently and it's a little more social, and not somebody might not be looking for a pet sitter actively, but this is where the post can come up. This is where your ad can come up. Okay. So what are some of the things that we want to offer? Okay. Now you have to know your client. One of my best converting ads, when I say best converting ads, I'm going to give you some numbers as far as how much I've invested for a result. And a result looks like this person actually signed up and put their email address in for whatever freebie. And the freebie that I've given away before have looked like some type of ebook. Now, why is that? Well, because if you're watching, you're probably really well educated. You want to get information. You like knowledge. So I'm going to give you something that looks like a book. Another one is, what kind of training does somebody want? So are you inviting them into a webinar? Are you inviting them into a video series? Are you inviting them into just a regular video? Are you sending them just to, maybe you have a video that talks about how you can help them on your website? Think about this. How many times would you have to say, hey, let me tell you, I'm Mary Bicknell. I help solopreneurs and female business owners who are service providers and they're attorneys or they're therapists or they're help them grow their business, make more money. Like, how many times would I have to say that individually while I'm DMing people on social? So the workhorse of the ad is just bringing people. So part of my conversion, some of my best ads, I have had conversions of $1.36. In other words, $1.36 for somebody to say, yeah, I want to be in your world. Let me see what you have to offer. I think my most was like $29. Some of you go, oh my God. Well, that's because I didn't set the ad up correctly. So there's some little tinkering that you need to do. But most of my ads, $1 in, anywhere from $10 to $30 back. I want you to take that in for a second. I'll spend $1 to get $10. So if I spent $1,000, I would make $10,000 to $30,000. My average is around $10 to $15 per dollar in. That is fantastic return on investment. But even if, take this back, even if you put $1 in and you made $2, would that be worth your time? So sure, after being in business for 9 years, I have tinkered and figured out a formula to have those kind of conversions. And I did that through testing. So this is one of the mistakes. Let me pull up my notes for you really quick. So let's get back to, let me tell you some of the ads, and then I'm going to talk about the mistakes and some of the numbers that you want to look at. Okay. So freebie, again, we want to do value add. You don't want to just give somebody something that they can't implement. So right now, this is value add. What I'm sharing with you is what to offer, what not to do, what mistakes not to do, where you're even going to figure out what kind of freebie you want to give. That is value right now, right? That people pay for that in different Facebook ad programs. So I'm giving that to you right now because I'm building value for you because we're in a relationship. That's what you want to do with your freebie. That's what you want to do with your live streams. That's what you want to do with your training. You want something that's applicable to your ideal client, that shows that you know what you're talking about and that you can help them solve a problem, and that you make an invitation to continue the journey, which I will be making at the end of this today. Because you can't possibly give everything, right? And this is what we as experts, we're getting paid for. You're an expert. So what kind of freebie depends on your ideal client? Some people might want to do a checklist. Some people might want to do an ebook like I've done. Some people might want to do a webinar. And each one of these things is effective. Now, let me say that again, because some people are like, tell me the exact thing. And this is where people get squirrel syndrome. Have you ever had that before, where you're like, oh my God, everyone says you should do a webinar. Oh my God, everyone says you should do a 3-part video series. Everyone said, I'm telling you the truth. Listen, pay attention if you've spaced out. Every single strategy works here's the caveat, when you test it, when you tweak it, when you repeat it, rinse and repeat and perfect. Not one and done, guys. If it was one and done, I mean, think how much money people would be charging if I was just like, what we're going to do is we're going to test one thing is going to work, your webinar, your one video. No, you have to test it. Otherwise, everybody would be making a lot more money. As much money as I make, I'd be making way more money if I just said, oh, this one thing. So part of it is, what do you like? Here's something I tell my clients all the time. Sell like you buy. Sell like you buy. If you're somebody who doesn't sit and watch a webinar, like, don't build out a big ass webinar. If you're somebody who doesn't like to read, don't try and write and build out an ebook. So that's one piece of the puzzle. The other is, what does your ideal client like to consume? How do they like to consume information that will lead them to buying? Okay, so now the question becomes, all right, a checklist, but where do I get that from? So here's where you get, and here's how you know what information to provide inside your freebie. And then we'll get to the ad in just a second. So you always want to take, so let's just say you have a methodology, right? Your intellectual property, your methodology. What you want to do, and this is what I love teaching my clients, everything goes together like a puzzle. Everything goes together like a puzzle. You're not just randomly offering something. Everything leads back to working with you. You provide the solution. So in your freebie, you're giving a little taste of it. So what does that mean? So if you have a method, you have a methodology, a program, a 10-step thing, whatever that looks like, you're going to extrapolate, you're going to pull out something that you do with your clients that gets them success. Maybe it's journal prompts. Maybe it's an exercise. Maybe it's recipes. Maybe it's a mindset thing. Maybe it's a meditation. What do you do? Maybe if you're a realtor, you're going to give somebody a top 10 things that you want to ask yourself before you buy a house. Maybe these are really the same questions that you would ask and interview somebody that you might want to sign as a client. The getting started guide too. Pet sitting, right? Maybe somebody's like, I want to be a pet sitter. The best position to sit in during the day that doesn't make you have to go to the chiropractor all the time. A yoga person. So what is it that you can extrapolate from what you do with people? Here's the mistake that so many people make. Okay, I'm going to give you all these little tips and mistakes. What happens is people want to, they think, oh, well, here's the thing, Mary, that they buy from me. So I can't give them a little piece of that. This is what I want to offer to you. Repetition is key for transformation for people. Repetition in your marketing builds the unconscious commitment. Repetition, and you talking about, as you know, I talk about the big bold life in biz. I want you to unapologetically want every single thing that you want. I want you to be a brave, outgoing leader, deciding to have everything that you want. So repetition is important. You know, sometimes it takes, they say, I'm air quoting they, anywhere from 9 to 27 different times somebody needs to see you. So you need to have continuity, repetition, consistency about what you talk about. So the easiest thing to do is talk about your program, talk about how you help people. It all sticks together. So if I pull something out, my clients aren't like, oh my God, you gave away one little exercise. And I paid for it. Nobody's ever said that in 9 years. So never. You can go right now and opt into something, marybicknell.com/gifts with an S on it, and get right now one of the trainings that I teach. On my podcast, Lead a Life Uncommon, go there right now. There's a couple little real life trainings that I've pulled right out of some of my programs. Why not give people some of the best? If you're sitting here thinking, I don't want to give my best away, I want to offer to you that that's your like limiting mindset belief stuff. Here's what I always think. I want to give it to you. I always think my best stuff is yet to come. As good as mine is, as much as my clients have had, like, God, just such incredible results. I am getting better. So my best stuff is coming. Now, my stuff that I have that, like closing the deal, the art of the ask, the foundations, the big bold life and biz plan, Empire 101, all of these things, they're still fantastic. And I can just augment them as I know more, just like you. So never be afraid to give somebody your best. Now, saying that, we can't possibly in a training like this or a webinar or a 3-part video series, we can't possibly give somebody everything. And you don't want to do that. This is one of the trainings I talk about inside Art of the Ask, Closing the Deal. One of the mistakes that people make is they try and like just give everything. And they really do it from a place of a couple things. One is they're giving from their heart. They're like, oh, it comes so easily to me. Let me give them more. Well, here's the problem with that. And so this gets still back to your freebie. The problem with that is when you're over delivering, most people can never consume all of that. And we don't want people to be in just consumption. We want people to be in execution and application. So I want to give you all these tools today so that you can start sitting going, what could I use as a freebie out of my program? I want you to have some tools now to implement. I want you to be thinking now about your best clients and what would be of service to them, and why not give them or give that as your freebie. But you can't possibly cram something. Here's the mistake. One of the mistakes is when you cram something in there, whether it's on a sales call or over delivery from the negative, that's your lack mentality. And you're trying to be in proving mode. So there's a difference between showing up and I'm proving I know what the hell I'm talking about, right? And certainty. Like right now, you can feel the certainty when you're listening to my voice. If you're watching and you can see my face, you can feel I am certain that I can help you build your email list, create a freebie, and get you started with your Facebook ads solid as a rock. I don't have to be in like, and then you're going to get this and let me over deliver. There's more on that another day. Okay, let's talk about words never to use, or you could get banned. I know you've heard about people who get banned on Facebook. Here's the general principle. Okay, write this down. We don't use words like you. Like right now, I'm pointing to the camera. So if you're listening to this, I point to you. You need to lose weight. Lose that last 10 pounds so you feel better about yourself. We don't say things like that in Facebook ads. Why is that? Because Facebook wants the community, the people to feel good. And when we're pointing you need to lose 20 pounds, or are you feeling super tired? We're not trying to affirm, yeah, I feel like shit. We don't want that. How do you get around that? First of all, we don't make promises. We're not making promises. When I invite you to my offer that I'm going to share with you in a second about how our team can put together your very first Facebook ad, build out your tech for you, all the things, help you with your freebie. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to make $1 million too, like me. No. So we're really conscious of over promising. If you work with me, you're going to lose 20 pounds. Lose those 20 pounds you need to lose before your high school reunion. We can make it happen. You can make $1 million too. We're not making these promises. We're not making them feel bad. Here's an example that's actually out of the guidelines that Facebook has put forward. We don't say things like, go meet single Jewish women. I think that's actually one of their examples. We don't say that because what happens is the person on Facebook is like, how do they know I'm single? How do they know I want to meet women? How do they know I'm Jewish? No, we know. You and I know. Facebook knows everything, but Facebook doesn't want us to experience that. So we don't make promises. We don't use the words you. We don't use money. We don't use concrete numbers. Those are some things that will totally get you banned. Okay, where are we? Let me pull up. Hi, everybody. I love that. My best stuff is coming. Thank you, Angelica. Yes, your best stuff is totally coming. Doesn't that just like, let's all breathe that in. Doesn't that remove your angst around creating copy? Evolution of your business, right? You should be evolving. Okay, let me get back to, I've got my notes right in front of me because, I could talk to you all day long and I do want to talk to you. So we talked about what are the top 3 freebies. We talked about a webinar, an ebook, or a video. And it could be a single video or a video series, a 3-part series. We talked about the words never to use or you'll get banned, like promises of any sort. I promise you're going to make $1 million. I promise I'm going to help you find the love of your life. No promises. Okay. So let me give you a couple clues though, just so you have something to take away with today too, on what you could say differently. You could say something like, when I work with my clients, typically they get more time back in their life and higher profit margin or something along those. Like, I'm talking about my clients. I'm not talking about you could. I'm talking about here's some experiences from my clients, or here's a testimonial from a client. Or today I was so excited because my client told me that she feels proud of herself and calm. I don't know about you, but a lot of times people feel frustrated and rushy. Something like that. You could say, I don't know about you. You're piquing somebody's interest, but you're not saying you. You're not saying you are feeling frustrated, so work with me. Okay? That's a little bit of the difference. So think about it that way. You could have testimonials. You could say, when I worked with, I'll be sharing the way that it's different, by the way, in your email. So when you've made this, you've built out an ad. Let me talk about images. So first of all, I want you to do this. Okay, here's a little tip. I want you to think about who is one of your competitors. So we're never stealing from our competitors, but we're inspired by them. So let's just say that there's one big guru out there that you follow that has like the bajillions of people. What kind of ad images are they running right now? Now, if you went to mine, I'm getting ready to run some new ads. So go look for it another day. But think about it, right? If you know that one of your peers or your colleagues or I don't really think about our peers as competitors, but there's somebody else that shares your niche or some of the really big names out there in the world. Now, I know you know who I'm talking about. Who are the big people in your industry? We all have big people in our industry. Go look at their ads. What are some of the images? Why look at them? Because we're the little guy, right? We're the little guy. We want to be inspired by what people we know are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars a month on ads. I don't spend that, and you don't necessarily need to spend that. You could spend 10, 20 bucks a day and be profitable. But why not be inspired by what people have done their testing? Okay, testing. They've done their testing. They've done their research. So that's one thing. The other thing too is we want to have somebody smiling, but we want to zig when somebody's zagging. Okay, like a couple years ago, all the backgrounds of the images were yellow. They were yellow. Why? Stops the scroll. Then there was a time where it was like half. These are all my ads, by the way. Half copy, right? Text, and then like me. Now some of it is just like they're putting up stock photos, which is atypical, but that's kind of a new thing. It's less about your face or my face. Now it's about putting a face of your potential client so they can identify themselves. So think right now about your best ideal client. What do they literally look like? So whether you actually use them in an ad or you find an image that's similar. So do you work with like 25-year-old women? Do you work with 45-year-old men? Do you work with moms of twins? I'm sure there's a stock photo out there that has a mom with her little twins. How to save more time when there's twins in the household. I almost said when you have twins, but when there's twins in the household. See how I did that? I had to think that through. I didn't really like when you have twins. We're showing a picture with twins. She's going to stop. She's going to stop the scroll. There could be somebody just who's happy. So I want you to think about it from that perspective. And also it could just be your face. Maybe you're like, hey, you have your hands up, or you're welcoming, or you're pointing to join my free webinar. So those are some of the images that we're looking at now. Now, that's how to get you started. Yes, there's lots of other ways that in Facebook world, this is for advanced. Ready? I'm going to just list off some advanced things. You don't need to know all this now, but I just want to share it with you so you know that as you evolve, there's other things that you can do. You can retarget people. Facebook can create lookalike audiences for you. You can target somebody very specifically to one page. Maybe you target somebody who landed on your call page, book a call with Mary, and they didn't finish filling it out. I could retarget them. So there's magic. There's all kinds of things that can happen behind the scenes as your business grows. And every single industry has its own targets. So this is one of the things. So I'm going to offer to you now. I want to be able to help you create your email list via the simple ad and your freebie based on who you're helping. So if that's something that you're looking for 2023, which I want to implore to you, like you need to have your Facebook ads up, your email list going. Why? You're building your email list. They open their email every 9 minutes, and this is your relationship with them. You don't own your followers or friends on any social platform, you guys. So wherever you are, you want to move them to your email list. If you're on Instagram, you need to have a freebie to move them onto your email list. If you're in LinkedIn, you need to move them onto your email list. That will be one of the trainings that I have coming up. It's a paid workshop next month, and we're going to talk about freebies and moving people and the how to be able to do that without paying for ads first on LinkedIn, move them to your inbox. Why do you need to send emails? That's the relationship. You own your email list. You guys, your email list is your personal gold mine. Let me say that again. Your email list is your personal gold mine. Why not have a simple couple bucks a day Facebook ad that you've tweaked and you've optimized to bring your best potential clients onto your email list and build that relationship? So one of the things that we're doing, we've never done this before, where my team and I will work directly with you over 8 weeks to set up your Facebook ad account, your ads manager, your business page, and help you design your very first freebie or your 10th freebie and build out your entire email nurture sequence. So what is that? So somebody lands on your Facebook ad, they go to your landing page, they say, yes, I want that freebie thing, whatever it is that you're offering, the value packed offer. They're giving you their email, and the nurture sequence, the email nurture sequence, how they joined your email. The very first email, of course, is the delivery. Hey, I'm so glad that you signed up for the webinar. Hey, I'm so glad you're getting the Getting Started guide for building your business, whatever it is. And then you nurture them. What is that? That's them getting to know you. And there's a proper way to do that. There's a sequential way to help them get to know you. There's different stories that you can tell. There's different ways to talk about their problems, the solution, their emotions, and your methodology and your call to action so that they can work with you. All of that we're helping you build out. So if you're afraid of tech and you're like, oh my God, I know I need a Facebook ad, but or I know I need an email list. I just don't know how. We are taking care of all of that, done for you and done with you. And it starts out with you and me. We're going to have a long call, an hour to 90-minute conversation so that I can help you design your freebie offer so that somebody says yes and joins your email list. And I'm going to help you with your email nurture sequence. So you're not going to be like, what do I say? She said I need an email sequence. I've got the templates for you. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, my team will be working to set up and get optimized and get all the little secret little tabs and all the little things that need to be set up on your Facebook Ads Manager completely set up for you. All the tech will be done while you and I will be working together. So over 8 weeks, you and I will be working together. The team will be working, and we're going to put your ad up, you guys. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Build out your email. We're going to be able to test it and optimize it. So if that's something that you're interested in, which I know you are, that's why you're here, reach out to me directly. Send me a direct message. Hit me up somewhere or email me. Tell me a little bit about what your business is, mary@marybicknell.com, or let's set up a call, marybicknell.com/call with Mary. We'll talk about what the investment is, what you need, whether it makes sense for you right now. Here's how you even know whether it's for you. If you've been, of course, serving clients, but you don't have an email list, this is for you. If you've been tired of being on social media all of the time or networking live, this is for you. If you want leads coming in, prospective clients coming in and onto your email list while you're sleeping, this is for you. If you want a mechanism where you can stop, like maybe you want to take the holidays off, maybe you want to take the summer off, and you don't want to go network. Because look, if you don't have your faucet turned on for people coming into your business, you have no business. By the way, let me just be very concrete. If every day you are not making new connections with people, you have no business. And one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they are in this frenetic kind of roller coaster up and down where they're trying to get all these leads because they have a big launch, and then they do nothing. And then they gear back up. I'm here to tell you that when you consistently are showing up, you're consistently running ads, you're consistently connecting with people, you can take a breath. You can take some time off because your secret team member, your Facebook ads, are working behind the scenes. They are connecting with people that you don't need to connect with. You never may be able to even connect with. You are showing up, giving your brilliance and value. So, 2023, I want you to really set a goal. I want you to take a minute right now. Just imagine even simply adding 25 people every single week to your email list. Let's make easy math. What if you just added 10 new contacts a week? That's 520 people new to you a week. What if you decided when you did a launch that you were going to turn this up, your ad spend up just a little bit more, maybe $10 a day? $20 a day for a couple of days when you do your launch. Maybe you invest a couple $100 and you've got 300 people listening to your launch. And if you're selling those people, let's say out of 300 people who signed up and you sold just 5% of them, 15 people. So really, I want you to start thinking about what is possible for you. I want to help you make that happen. So reach out to me directly, direct message me. So let me see who's still live. Hi. Oh no, I'm late. It's totally okay. So I see some of you on here. If you want to make a comment below, then I will happily answer any of your questions. Or let me see where else we are live. We're live in so many places, you guys. Whoever said, oh no, I'm late. It's totally fine. Hi. Let me go over to Facebook land and look at the comments there. Okay. Here's one of the biggest questions. Here we go. Here's one of the biggest questions that that I get and comes up frequently. I definitely will be reaching out. The time for Facebook ads is now. Yes. Yay, Angelica. I can't wait for us to work together. The time is now. But here's one of the questions that people ask when it comes to any kind of advertisement. And I want to offer to you that yes, I understand that when you're new, or when you've never, maybe you're not new, maybe you've been serving people and helping people for a long time. Like, for example, I've had clients come and they said, oh my God, my referrals have dried up. They never put in another option to have the potential new clients find them. So I want to offer to you. So with my clients, I like 5 different ways that people make connections with you. One is, I've already said, the relationship marketing method and doing some organic, but one is ads. Because you get sick, your mom gets sick, it's the holidays. You've got somebody bringing to you potential clients. So I want you to think right now, how many vehicles do you have in place to bring you potential new clients? But see, that's only one piece of the puzzle. When they're on your email list, that's your next level of connection. Remember how I said that it can take some people up to 27 times to really ever work with you or say yes to you. So do you have a methodology, a system in place, a repeatable system so that you have more than one way to attract your ideal client? That is like the critical factor. So if your referrals dried up, or you don't feel like you didn't get any speaking gigs for the month, or you're tired of being on social media and in groups and and reaching out, and you're just sick of doing that, or you don't want to go to the local networking event this week, do you have other ways? So again, I'm going to leave you with this, and then I'm looking forward to chatting with you. Think about your Facebook ads as your team member whose primary job is to get you in front of your best ideal clients. Because I can guarantee you right now, this is one guarantee I've got for you. And I have multiples, but I'll leave you with this one. I can guarantee that your best client is on Facebook. I can guarantee that your best client is thinking about you right now, and they wish so hard that they knew about you. And when you're just playing small and you haven't had the reach that you could, you're missing out on thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, making the big impact that you want, and truly creating that big, bold life in biz that you are craving so that you can lead a life uncommon. That's what this is about. So looking forward to chatting with you. I could talk to you all day because I want for you. 2023 is right here. Oh my God. This is going to be the best year ever. Why? Because the best is always yet to come. And there's never been a better time for us as strong, dynamic women to have every single thing that we want in our lives, which includes having a beautiful business, working with the most amazing and best clients. You deserve that. Talk to you soon.